What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
Connor, there's one thing wrong with me and one thing only, okay?
That's only one.
So, I bit the ever-loving fuck out of the inside of my cheek today. And I just, like, every time I talk, it brushes against the inside of my teeth. So I'm miserable in that regard, but everything else in my life is fine.
Do you think anyone has ever gone through the troubles that you have today?
Just today, or like in life
or
in
just
general?
Well, I suppose in general in your whole life, but I mean today, really.
I think I've had it the worst today, to be fair, out of everyone. I've not done the research, but
I've done the math, and I would put myself in the top two, and I ain't two.
It's me and some guy who stubbed his toe really hard.
Lego Brick Man number 3, everyone knows him. Shaun, normally you have a lot more complaints, so I mean, if this is your first episode of Weird News, Shaun normally just uses this time to kind of rant, rave, complain.
It just get things off my chest, just air some grievances that I have. But
just the like general grievances that you need.
Yeah, but today, like, my main enemy is myself because of the cheek thing.
That's the worst enemy.
So well, look, I know how to beat him anyway.
You holding a gun up to the mirror, but like hiding it and then like popping up real quick.
You can never trust yourself.
This is Weird News Show. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read all of those stories out to me, a man who has been too busy, you did it for me, pointing a gun at himself in a mirror to look at any weird news. Not in like in a taxi driver way. Well, not in a taxi driver way. Oh, God. Oh, no.
You just hear the FBI just breaking it through the window.
That would be excellent for clout, though. So,
man, we would record that and have so much clout.
Oh, that's being published, boys.
If you were playing Fortnite right now, we would be famous. But speaking, Shaun, of being famous...
where's this
not
going?
us. But if you could give us a like and review, whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on, it would really help us out, and it'll stop the FBI bashing down Shaun's door just for one more day for some reason.
Oh, for heaven's sake, please review.
Also, I wanted to use this time to give a bit of a special announcement in regards to the show. It is our 4-year anniversary this month, Shaun.
It is indeed. Jesus,
we launched
4 years.
this show 4 years ago in October. And what we decided to do as a little bit of a special treat is for over on the Patreons, we're having a bit of a Google Meet hangout for the patrons on the 22nd of this month.
22nd of October, it's a Saturday, our time, so hopefully that suits everyone. And it's going to be a little bit of a Heroes for Hire birthday party. Connor.
Yeah, we haven't specifically chosen an Irish time because we're trying to work against New Zealand, Australia, America and Europe, which is tough to balance and still everyone be awake. So we haven't settled on a time, but it will be the 22nd of this month.
That's it. And I have a friend in Antarctica, but it's like directly below Ireland, so it
but luckily he hates the show. He
hates the show.
Hates.
Big Joe Rogan fan.
Joe's coming back, he says. Shaun, we're starting this week where only we could start, and that is ghost hunters. Now, you know and I know.
Excellent.
They all are speaking sense. They all know exactly what they're doing, and it's all real. And we use this time to kind of analyse how real, like on a scale of really, really real, or oh shit, that's definitely real. They're the only two options.
See, that's what you do. I usually try and debunk it immediately with basic facts and logic, Connor.
Interesting thoughts for a wrong man. But Shaun, I don't think you can refute this because I have a ghost that perhaps says, I mean, ironically, is in the spirit of negging. Because I say, I have ghost shouts, "You're a ball bag" at spirit hunting team during paranormal investigation, Shaun.
Is ball bag, like, is calling someone a ball bag negging? Also, that's a very recently deceased ghost.
Also, it's ball bag, which is the Scottish version of ball bag.
Okay. Okay. Right out of the gate, I'm just going to say you're like a teen up to mischief.
Yeah,
and you see a bunch of lads with ghost-busting paraphernalia go into a building.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me, if you were like 17, Connor, you're not going to fuck with those ghost hunters beyond belief?
I might throw in a little bit of ooh, a few of them.
They're probably used to the woos by now.
Kick a few desks, maybe stack a few chairs on top of a desk. Like, oh, fuck. Yeah. This ghost really loves cleaning up furniture for some reason.
I'm making certain patches of the room slightly colder. That's my game.
That's the fucking heating bills this month, Sean.
Lads. Boys.
Inflation's going to kill us all.
It's a nightmare.
I'm going to die. A group of paranormal investigators from the Scottish Ghost Company were at an abandoned church in South Lanarkshire when they claim they heard a heckle from the spirit, Sean. A ghost shouted, "You're a ball bag," at a spirit hunting team during the recent trip. Now, these are experts from the TSGC, Sean.
Who you going to call, of course.
Who we going to call? The TSGC. The Scottish Ghost Company. And Yvonne Hyde's investigator, lead medium, David McCabe, another investigator and photographer, and Ronnie Murphy were at the abandoned church in Elvenfoot. Ronnie, not an investigator or a photographer, just along for the ride, apparently.
Just along for the ride, and if I was to pick a weak link in the team who would say someone was a ball bag, Ronnie, I'm looking at you.
And that I would take over if I was a ghost.
If you're going to possess someone, you're not picking the lead ghost investigator or the photographer. You're picking
they'll
Ronnie.
catch in the act. Ronnie's at the back. Ronnie's weak. Ronnie's there for the take.
Ronnie's wearing a shirt that says "open to possession."
The report says it is known locally as the Hoarder's Church, and a voice was heard through a piece of equipment known as a spirit box, Sean. Now, I've seen one of these in action.
Have you?
Just because there was an episode of Gogglebox, Sean, a few weeks ago. And they covered a ghost hunting team that had a thing called a spirit box. And what it is...
Sorry, before you tell me what it is, I just love the idea of you on your own watching Gogglebox of like a Friday evening. Just in your slippers with a cup of tea. Like it's a perfect picture.
Glass of wine, fire, feet up.
Dog across the hearth. It's a lovely scene, Connor.
Girlfriend comes in, let's watch a movie. I said, no,
get out.
Settle in. We're watching these lads watch TV.
Sorry, what is a spirit box?
A spirit box, Sean. I don't know how to explain it to someone who's an idiot like yourself, but someone who's obviously a ghost expert. That they basically think of a phone, right? And then you click on an MP3 file of audio. And then you click play and it makes weird noises. And sometimes it goes... And then you go, oh shit, there's a ghost here. Fuck, did you hear that? He said, get the fuck out. But in reality, it was just... You know what I mean?
Right. It's almost like the human mind is fallible and easily tricked. And so
it's almost like if you go into the room thinking you will hear a ghost speak to you, you will hear a ghost speak to you.
Well, that's the thing. It's always lads who believe in ghosts that see him, you know?
It's a bit weird.
It is a bit odd, is all I'm saying.
But maybe they started off not believing and then they see the ghost shot and then they believed. Do you ever think about that? Once again,
maybe that's why Ronnie's been brought along. He's like an innocent observer who doesn't even know what fucking day of the week it is.
This is all bollocks.
This is horseshit, you ball.
Yvonne said, when we switched to our EVP spirit box session, we started to hear a lot of swear words. The one that shocked me was, "You're a ball bag," which came through very clearly, Sean, very clearly. Almost enunciated in clearness.
Almost clearer than any message has ever come through before, you might say.
Yeah.
Is it possible they tapped into some local truckers' CB radio?
We still don't know who this was aimed at, but it's a very Scottish term for the male anatomy. I'm assuming it was for Ronnie or David. That's where you're wrong, Yvonne. It was aimed directly at you. I don't think there's a gender put on ball bag. I think you can use that for anyone.
Oh, ball bag is a gender neutral term.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone can be a ball bag.
We're still not sure who the spirit was that shouted it, but the Scottish term of endearment has been used for decades. We do get called a lot of swear words through the spirit box.
Do you know? Do you really? You shouldn't. You should. Very rude ghosts.
What's the swear, linguistic abilities of a ghost, really, when you think about it? Like, if they're born in, the 17th century, is it a lot different than if they died in 1982?
Yeah, that's the thing, because I reckon, if you get a Shakespearean fucking ghost,
yeah,
the man's going to have some choice swear words
Thou art
to throw out
bag.
at you. That exactly the same thing, but with thou art in front of it. But I feel it would be more. It wouldn't be certain words; it would just be insults. You know, like your field never harvests fully or some shit like that. But
this fucking idiot thinks leaving a fallow field for one of them is he's an idiot. That'll never work.
Stevenson with his steam engine. It'll never catch on.
The wheel. Wheel this dickhead.
And then you get up to now, and it would just be calling someone a noob or I don't know. How do you insult people these days, Connor? What's an insult that the kids throw around? Mid is an insult.
Mid's a good one. Yeah, mid is you're not good or bad. You're just it's even worse.
You're not. Yeah. You're mid. You're fully mid. Maidenless. No bitches. L plus ratio.
Someone send Shaun a list of 21st century insults so you can read them out in a very confusing way. Are you going to Google this?
I'm going to Google Gen Z insults.
Gen Z insults. This is how we get in with the kids, Shaun. Then we find out the Gen Z insults.
Okay. Chuggy. You've heard of Chuggy, of course.
I've never heard of Chuggy.
Okay, so Chuggy is mainstream, but to the nth degree kind of thing. People call Ugg boots Chuggy. Or Friends, this TV show Friends.
What about Gogglebox?
Gogglebox, I think it's borderline chew. That's an OK Boomer moment, I think. I think that's an OK Boomer thing.
Okay. I just said OK Boomer. Go on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I oh my God, this is an awful thing. So I found this thing, it was how every generation insults each other. And I was oh cool, this will be a good list. And then there's types of insults, and then the first one is race, and I'm no.
Weird vibes on this
Getting
website.
Off that one, please.
Next up, women. Here we go.
Yeah, just someone airing their fucking grievances.
This is nothing to do with this, but if this ghost was in Ireland, Shaun, what is the insult that would be thrown out? What is equivalent to the Scottish ball bag?
Ball bag? Yeah, gee bag is probably...
Gee bag is pretty good. I have one.
Go for it.
Gowl.
Gowl, you fucking
not
gowl.
Not often you hear gowl used anywhere else other than in Ireland, but you can call someone... This is for international listeners. If you don't like someone, just say, you're a gowl. And nothing more needs to be said. You've said your bit.
Yeah, it really sums things up, because it's a gowl is more than an arsehole.
Less than a bastard.
Less than a bastard. There's also you can call someone an Egypt, but that's a bit of endearment.
Yeah, it's not great. No.
Yeah.
A langer.
Langer, very Clarke based. The term langer. Just break down the etymology of Irish insults.
I mean, if we went county by county and we could go through some serious fucking lingo for Ireland, and teach international listeners that we just have our own language that we just made up, that everyone in Ireland understands but nobody else does, that you call him a gowl, he's fucking, he's a gowl. He's we know what that means.
If you're a gowl once, you're always a gowl.
You can't grow up being a gowl. Yeah.
No. You can grow out being an Egypt, not a gowl. There's also just some very lovely Irish phrases that can be used for insults as well. You'd peel an orange in your pocket. That's a good one that I like.
Can you explain the meaning?
It means that someone is so someone is so cheap and not generous that they would peel an orange in their pocket so as not to give away the fact they'd have an orange and might have to share it with someone.
He woke up in the middle of the night to see if he lost any sleep. That kind of vibe.
Very good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have a face on you like a badger's hole. That's another good one.
My family have a phrase that after, you know, when you're cooking and you might have a red cheeks after being like the steam hits you.
Flushed, yeah,
you're a bit flushed. You sit down for dinner, and the phrase that we coined was, "You've got a face like a madman's arse." Now, I have no idea why, but you're allowed to say that to anyone. You can look at your granny and say, "You've got a face like a madman's arse," and she just has to take it. She can't have a return because
not at
big
all.
red face on her.
Sure, it's a fact, isn't it? Have you seen her?
Have you seen that lad's arse?
Look at his arse.
It's fucking red. So, I mean, Medium David said that he found the church to be an unusual place, and from the outside it's a beautiful, well-maintained, active and functioning cemetery. Too many describing words. But inside it had become a complete mess. He said it was almost like it had a split personality. One half church, the other half a very sad home.
David's got a fucking vision here. Like, you can tell this man's the photographer. He's trying to tell the story of the location.
I mean, he also says we communicated with a few spirits in there by various methods.
Really now?
Yeah.
And which one, what did they call you over the EVP device?
In particular, I was sensing the spirit of a male standing to my right, but he was giving me no information at all.
I felt like he was there. And then they went for a walk on the beach, and he looked down and there was 2 sets of footprints, and then there was only one because he was being carried by these.
I asked the spirit box who was standing to my right, to which the spirit box replied, "Date." Fucking hell.
Oh, fuck. I mean, look, if you're ghost hunting, that's top tier ghost
If you get the Reaper, you hit the jackpot.
Ordinarily, people only see him once, ever.
Like, if you get the Reaper, I think you tell everyone. Like, if I was ghost hunted and I got the Reaper, that's the lad in between me and the ghost. Like, he's like the MVP. He's done all the hard work.
Yeah, he's like their tour manager. And he's bringing the ghosts around. But also, like, he's probably sick of ghosts, you know, because they're a sign that he hasn't done his job quite right.
He's sick of them.
He's fucking... He wants them out of the church as much as the other lads do.
Yes.
I think in the war between the ghosts, the Grim Reaper is on our side.
I think he might be. I think just because he's so pissy because they're an evolution of his bad job.
Yeah. They're like his performance review. They like tally up the number of spirits remaining.
But like if you went to work and someone followed you around with an Excel sheet you did wrong all the time. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, Jez, imagine that happened. Oh
lads. I don't even know how to open it.
I didn't know Excel was the thing. I just used it to play battleships.
I have a story. My dad cannot work computers, okay? So I get a call during the week, right? During last week, I should say. And I'm in work. So he goes, "Do you have 5 minutes to have a chat?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm after getting this email from his work, right?"
Great start.
And it's 4 pages. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of 1, 2 and 4. And I want to keep page 3 and send it on to some other lad, right?
Right.
And I was like, okay. And then he just went silent, as in like, do it. Solve it for me. Connor. And I was like, well, what's it on? Like, Excel, PDF, Word. What document is this? What is this?
Is this a scanned handwritten letter?
I don't understand. And he's like, try to know, it's in an email. And I was like, yeah, but when you click into it, what does it go into? Into the email. Sure. And he's talking to me like I'm a fucking moron.
That's the thing. I like how you're making the mistake in this scenario. Not this?
Right, I just need page 3 from the 4-page doc. Right,
Connor, I taught you to count, like.
And so I was like, right. And so after 20 minutes of me going, is the logo green? And he's like, no. Is it blue? Oh, wouldn't say blue now. Wouldn't say blue.
Right, but it's close, is it?
I found out it was PDF and he was opening it on Adobe Acrobat Reader. So it was.
That's red!
Yes, I know.
What the fuck? Is your dad colourblind?
Ah, no, he's just thick as fucking shit. So
Jesus.
So I got him to eventually just send it to me in an email, and then I just took the page out and then just sent it back to him. And he went,
it took you all of like 5 minutes.
We should have thought about that now before, shouldn't we? We wasted a load of time.
Half an hour later.
I was like, yeah, we did.
Yeah, mine and yours, Dad.
I go back to work now. I'll talk to you later, Dad.
Yeah. You're like a surgeon at this point. And you're like
phone up to the shoulder, like leaning down, holding it with my head. It's like, I just need 2 hands to do this. Scalpel, please. I'm losing him. No, not you, Dad. Not you.
No, you're fine. Coming through clear, it's fine.
We're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and we're moving from ghosts to, I don't know if this is relationship advice, but last week we started a bit of a thing about advice.
We trialled a new segment where I solve people's relationship issues.
I'm thinking we make it broader. I'm thinking we solve issues. Shaun solves issues.
Shaun solves issues. An old SSI for you.
An SSI, if you will. And Shaun...
I hope that's not an acronym.
Shaun sought solutions. No, I'm going for the triple S.
You're forcing it.
Man fumes after spending $2,000 on his cousin's wedding, only to realise he's not invited.
Oh. I mean, look, instantly I'm like, you should never assume you're going to a wedding, you know?
If you spend the $2,000 though, Shaun,
I don't give a fuck. If I didn't send you a letter, don't spend any money.
That's terrible. Now, wait till
I'll hear him out.
I hear him out, right? The man owns a printing company with his wife, and as a kind gesture, offered to create banners, signage, and guest books for his cousin-in-law, only to be snubbed at the 11th hour when they were told they weren't on the guest list.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh. So is the $2,500? That's on materials and things that
on
he provided.
Materials, Shaun.
I thought he had spent it on a suit and such. Oh dear.
Shaun sought solutions.
Okay. Okay. And they're related, these people.
I own a printing company that I run with my wife. My cousin came to us and wanted us to do all the signage, banners, guest books, life-sized cutouts, etc. for her wedding.
Right.
We can do this all the time for friends' weddings and events, and we never charge. We're happy to help out. And it's usually a lot of fun working together to make some cool stuff, me and my wife. Sounds like a lovely human being.
That relationship sounds solid.
They seem like nice friends. A few weeks ago, before the wedding, her wedding planner tells us they need all the items by X date so they can set it up for the wedding. At this point, we haven't received our wedding invitations. I didn't even know when the actual wedding was, so bit confusing at the moment. The couple then were shocked to realise that they weren't on the guest list. As the husband continued, my wife texts her and tries to clarify when exactly is the wedding, just so we have a better idea of when to have things done for. And we missed the invitation somehow if it's nearby. Like, where did you send it? Her cousin replies and says, we downsized the wedding and we decided to have like a close friends and family thing, and there was no space for us anymore.
Oh, that's a conversation I hope never to have with anyone. Oh no.
This is why we come to you, Shaun. What do you do?
I mean, okay, I would have asked it in a different way. That I would have left business aside, right? And just been like, actually, I would have said, hey, still not finished everything, so she knows I can still fuck this up for you. And then I would be like, are there rooms set aside in the hotel? Or should we just book somewhere of our own? Do you know?
I have your children.
Set it up that way. Put me in, coach. Put
me in, Karen. I have your children. He says, my wife and I were pretty hurt and insulted. And on top of that, we'd spent close to $2,000 on all the materials. Her cousin and the wedding planner kept making tiny revisions to the artwork, had us print samples to see how it would look in person, resized several of the items a few times, etc., etc.
they're being pricks, okay? No, they were leading them on. She was leading these lovely, generous people on.
Who seemed like best friends.
Yeah, clearly under the fucking implication that they thought they were invited to the wedding and she knew this and then just never cleared it up. Because if she's like, oh, we're downsizing, you decided that ages ago. You could have at least told them.
All that cost a ton of time and money, and we're a functioning business, so either we had to delay other orders that would pay us, or stay late and print her stuff on our own time.
I'd send her a fucking invoice. Do you know, I would invoice her for the time and materials at this point.
I mean, here's the issue. The man explained, so I went ahead and I billed her for our costs and said we needed payment before delivery, because I'm not going to chase her for payment for months and years after the wedding. We're not making money on it. Just charge her for the cost of the materials it took to make the stuff.
That's more than fair.
No profit. So far we've gotten threatening letters from the cousin, her fiancé, some random numbers of my wife's family that I don't know, some of the groomsmen, etc., essentially calling us assholes. After the harassment, I'm considering charging full price or else won't deliver the items at all.
No, I am on this man's side. Because what's she gonna do? What's the bride gonna do? Not invite him to the wedding again?
Yeah, it's only
she has no power here.
No, you got her over the short and curlies. You know what I mean?
That's a good phrase, Connor. That can go on the list. Also, if you're mad at these people, go and talk to them and have a discussion. Don't get all of the wedding party to harass them all of the time.
Someone said they should comment back and say, sorry, we had to downsize the discount to cover close friends and family only.
Yeah, fair. Be petty about it, because because I'm all for, if I say I run a print shop and I'll print all of your invitations and decorations and banners and everything to the wedding, and then it's never said that, oh, you're not invited, even though they are family, they are cousins.
Yeah.
So I think there's an obvious assumption to be made there, and presumably it wasn't oh, we've got 10 of my family and 10 of hers and then you guys. It seems like it was a bigger wedding already.
Yeah. And
they just never got told that they were quote unquote downsizing, because she knew that they were doing all of this shit for free.
I'll be honest with you now, Shaun. Now, I know this isn't my segment. This is the Shaun Seeks Solution. Shaun Seeks Solutions, much better. Shaun Seeks
Solutions, there we go.
But I know this is the Shaun Seeks Solutions segment of the show.
Oh, but simultaneously, jump in, my friend.
I'm going to throw in my hat here and say they're taking the fucking piss.
Oh.
Right? I'm coming in harder, Shaun, than you are, but I don't have the segment to hold up. I don't have a reputation around here, right? I'm telling you now, this woman needs to be slapped, right? Thrown out a window and
I'm
fucking talk
to context.
Somebody needs to sit her down, go, you get your fucking head together, right? What the fuck is going on here? That's a disgrace. That's a fucking disgrace, so it is.
That's a terrible way to act and behave. You're a fucking adult. Get over yourself. Also, I wouldn't even, even if she was oh, you guys, it'll be, oh, you guys can come to the wedding. That's how it would be said now. Yeah. I was no, go fuck yourself.
No, you're full charged. Fully priced.
Yeah. Fully priced what I would charge anyone else whose wedding I also wasn't going to.
Here's my take, right? Just don't go to any more family events. Family events are great anyway. You're not missing out. If it's a 70th birthday party, who gives a shit? Just
I don't know. I've been to some good 70th birthday. I was at a man's 100-year-old birthday party once. I didn't know him at all. I was staying on the same street as he was, so we got invited.
And these people can't even get an invite to the wedding. And you just lived nearby.
We were in France. I was in France with the boys and the man down the road.
With the lads.
And then the man down the road was turning 100. His name was Pierre. And we went to his birthday party because it was the families knew each other or something like that. But we had champagne together.
Did you speak any French?
I spoke a bit of French, yeah. I left my French exam after 30 minutes because I got thick at it. And then I finish school.
Stupid pages. Why are they asking questions I don't know the answers to?
All these words are in the wrong order.
Sir, can I just ask, why is this not in English? Real quick.
But I got a D3. But my written French is not great. But my spoken French was fine. So I could get around and stuff like that.
All right. And what did you say? Like, what's your favourite French phrase?
Oh, now I can't speak a word of it because I haven't spoken it in ages.
I learned Spanish for a while. That was pretty good.
You did learn Spanish for a while.
Yeah,
I became good at Spanish.
I became quite good at it after like 2 months.
You got muy bueno.
I became, as they say, Shaun, muy bueno. But now I haven't spoken in like a year and a half and I just forgot all. Also, I was listening to audiobooks doing it, so I'd never seen any Spanish words. And so then when I seen the words written down, I was like, I have no idea what that word means, but I can speak it.
That's like how you simulated dyslexia for yourself. Is what happened. Like simple, really, really simple words. I had like done it, like I had enunciate each letter, like in my head, I had just got off what it sounded like rather than the letters that would be in it. Right, so if there was like a silent letter in there, your brain just didn't comprehend.
For example,
that
I mean, the very first day, Shaun, hola, right?
Hola.
They threw a H at the start of that. What am I meant to do with that? There's no H when I'm saying it out loud.
Holla at your boy, Connor.
Holla at your boy. That's how obviously that's how I remembered it afterwards, Shaun, obviously. But up until that point, I was very confused. Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news. And for the first time ever on Weird News, 3 weeks in a row, we've got 3 updates on one story. Because I have investigation finds American chess grandmaster likely cheated more than 100 times in his career.
Holy shit. So this is the follow-up to he's like 19, a 19-year-old American who beat Magnus Carlsen, the chess grandmaster. Twitter decided the man had vibrating anal beads that told him the moves to make. Mm-hmm. Then last week he was offered by an adult video site to play chess it's like a radio frequency blocking box and completely naked to prove that he didn't cheat. Am I up to speed, Connor? You're
up to speed, and I'll be honest with you, if you had given me a million guesses before we started this show, I wouldn't have guessed that the only story we'd ever cover 3 times in a row on Weird News would be chess.
Look, 4 years is a long time, my friend.
Yeah. You know? How was I to know? 4 years, we've never done anything as many times. Amethyst Realm, the lady who married the pirate ghost, only got 2.
She was the biggest recurring one for a while.
Yeah.
I think the most referenced one is either the raccoon boxing or the submarine that sank.
Oh, they're good ones. They're very early on. 4 years, we're celebrating. It's a long time, Shaun. You know what I mean? It's a long time.
It's a long time, boy.
Let's just have one of those more. Well, we have like a flashback episode. Do you remember that time? Do you remember when?
We'll do a clip show, and then when it comes on in syndication, everyone will be like, fuck it, I don't want to watch this. In yet another extraordinary twist, the saga that has gripped the world, bit of a stretch. The world's top chess website has found Grandmaster Hans Niemann has likely cheated more than 100 times. Oh dear.
If you remember, Magnus Carlsen, world champion, world number 1. He's the big dog, right? He's the big man. He played Hans, who's 19, and he's cheating, so he quit. He's like, world number 1, walks off. He walked off the court, Shaun. I don't know what the chess table is called. He walked off the court.
Took his ball and he went home.
He went home, right? He's like, this is my ball. You're not having it. I'm going home. It's dinner time. And so he says Niemann was a dirty cheat, is what he called them. And so now in an investigation, everyone kind of laughed at Magnus. They were like, Magnus, I think you maybe just lost. Maybe you just lost to the 19-year-old and you're the world number 1. Chill out, right? It's one game. But
I think we probably came down a bit hard.
I came down on that last week, if I remember correctly. But I'm willing to flip flop at any given moment on all things.
For the sake of content, absolutely.
I'll say anything, Shaun. I'll fucking say anything.
No cap. I'm still on the youth website.
Don't be mid. Now, in an investigation conducted by chess.com and acquired by the Wall Street Journal, it is believed that the American has cheated in dozens of games, Shaun. That's right, the Wall Street Journal are in on this. The team player has been dodging allegations since he defeated Carlson in an over-the-board game last month. He subsequently made headlines when he was accused of using anal beads that vibrated, which we covered. He denied such rumours, however admitted that he had cheated twice when he was 12 and 16 years old. So, not that bad, not that big a deal. Back when he was 12 he cheated.
Yeah, and he cheated on chess.com, I believe, so like it wasn't in an OTB, an over-the-board game, like in real-life chess game. Okay.
Now, however, it is believed his alleged cheating is far wider than he publicly admitted. As it stated that he has cheated, he received illegal assistance in more than 100 games, with the latest indiscretion coming as recently as 2021.
Oh, that's very recent.
Yes.
What kind of help did he get? Does it go into detail?
So the website used a variety of cheating detection tools in its investigation, which basically analyses every single human move that he possibly could have made to a chess engine that's incapable of losing. So to see what would happen, because the engine would beat everyone, and so it noted Nyman's improvement and rise through in-person chess had shown many remarkable signals and unusual patterns to which he had used.
Right, so he was playing like a machine rather than like a person. He was
playing like a machine, Shaun. He was making moves constantly that he maybe wouldn't have made previously, or a human wouldn't make.
Okay. So, but are they saying that the machine was playing at the same time as him, or
I think the idea is the machine was telling him the moves to make?
Right, but how do you communicate that? The anal beads thing is still... The query there is still on the table or underneath the table somewhere.
It's probably fucking not on the table. No,
I hope
not. Put it on the table after this. Fucking wipe it.
But the question is still, how did he get the information to him during the tournament?
In a statement posted on social media, Magnus Carlsen said, "I believe that Nyman has cheated more, and more recently that he has publicly announced. His over-the-board progress has been unusual, and throughout our game in the Cinquefield Cup, I had the impression that he wasn't tense or even fully concentrating on winning the game in critical positions, while outplaying me as black in a way I think only a handful of players can ever do."
Oh, see, Magnus, even like you're raising good points here.
Yeah.
But you're making yourself thoroughly unlikable by doing so.
Yeah, he's still a dick.
He's still acting like a prick. So, his argument is that he was too relaxed, he wasn't focused on the game during what Magnus determined.
I like the idea that he's like quietly reading a magazine, like just over the side, like licking his finger before he changes each page.
He's like making an omelette at the time.
He looks across and just like moves a fucking pawn and just goes back to reading.
Just like he's like on a deck chair ages away and he has a little stick and he's just pushing the pieces around.
Pushes it randomly, just hits the board and sort of moves. He's like, that'll enough.
I would love to do, I'll get back to the story in a sec, but I would love to do a chess tournament, right, where I do psychological warfare. Oh yeah. Where like I'm playing against someone and I just like flip a coin and then nod and then make my move.
At all times.
Yeah, I'm in check and I just pull out a big like wheel and I go.
Yeah, or like a dice. You just like look at the board and you just pull out a dice and you roll it and just then you look at the number and you look back at the board and you go, don't want to do this, but fucking dice is making me right. Okay, right, we'll move this here. That's fine. Yeah. And it's like checkmate.
He's like, I've mated you in 4 moves.
Yes, but I've had more fun.
Which one will Twitter remember, Magnus?
Yes, Magnus. Shaun, how do you feel about all of this? Now, Nyman it's finally come out. Well, the board have come out and said they've found over 100 games where they think he's cheated.
He's cheated a lot more potentially than he's ever let on.
Yes.
But I still don't think that means he cheated against Magnus. What if, and here it's a big if, what if he cheated all those times in all those games and he's now assimilated the tactics?
He's downloaded the new patch.
He's uploaded victory to his own self.
I download moves and I upload victory. So that's how I would play mind games. I'd sit down and chess and I go, I'd be on the phone, I'm like, no, no, I downloaded the moves and I uploaded victory. Yeah. Alright, talk to you later, yeah. Alright, bye ma, bye. Right, what are we doing here?
No, I think he cheated so much, so now he's just built to think like a machine.
You think he's become a computer?
I think he's some kind of chess-human hybrid.
Anal bead hybrid.
He's part man, part chess, part anal bead.
Yeah, but he just puts them up there for fun, to be honest. Isn't it? They don't even vibrate. It's just kind of...
Have you seen Queen's Gambit?
Yeah.
So you know how she needs the tablets? She thinks she needs those to be good at chess.
Yeah, but it was the dreams and friends he made along the way that was really...
Exactly. But he's still in like episode 2 of Queen's Gambit. So he thinks he needs these anal beads to play chess properly. But he needs to realise that by assembling a ragtag team of other chess players...
I find it funny, though, that we have only got one really cultural reference towards chess. And that's all we're going to use, right? We're just going to use, have you seen that show on Netflix? It's like that.
Well, there's a really good YouTube documentary about Deep Blue, the chess-playing machine.
Isn't that the one on the Aquaman, or not Aquaman, the aquarium? Aquaman. The aquarium?
The... What?
Oh no, that's called...
Blue Planet?
Blackfish. No, what's that called?
Blackfish is the whale one.
Yeah,
the
whale
orcas,
one.
excuse me. The whale. No, Deep Blue is about a chess-playing machine, and at that time, the scandal was that the machine was playing like a human, Connor, not the other way around, as we have in this story.
That's the worst accusation to make. That machine's playing shit. Get it?
No, because it was good for the time, because it was like the 80s.
Yeah.
So there, it's a
it probably was just a land of fucking like a Wizard of Oz style.
It was about human-sized, actually.
Yeah, just like a big box. He's after it's a cereal box he's putting on his head like that. He's just like, I'm a robot. Beep boop.
And he has a load of anal beads in.
No reason, just to fucking concentrate.
It was this guy's dad. He was inside it,
and he passed them on.
Oh no! Next
your
story.
Father and your father before him.
Oh, we've gone too far.
I'll tell you who else has gone too far, Shaun.
Oh.
Scientists. Because I read the next headline of the next big invention that we all need to get on board with, and I felt like this is the end.
I'm going to hate this. This is going to take a year off my life, this story.
Scientists create AI-powered laser turret that kills cockroaches.
Why would you do this?
Let's not just fucking kill them. Let's fucking turret them.
Let's just strap a laser to it. They've given a robot a gun and taught it to kill. I know it's cockroaches at the minute, but like... At what point does that get corrupted?
Actually, Waffles tagged us in a tweet today. They give a robot arm a knife.
Why?
And it's moving around like stabbing.
How do you take it back? How do you get the knife off the robot?
Once it gets sentient, you are fucked. That arm is going around killing everyone.
We're going to have to dress it up like a cockroach and put this robot in front of it. Everyone
wants to be able to just zap a bug and have it go away, Shaun. We all know that. But now, thanks to a recent development, a research associate at Heriot-Watt University, interested in machine learning and engineering, the dream is now a reality. In a study which was conducted last year, the co-authors used a laser insect control device automated with a machine vision to perform a series of experiments on cockroaches. They were not only able to detect the cockroaches at high accuracy, but also neutralise each individual insect from up to 1.2 metres away, ultimately creating a laser gun.
The dude who invented this is absolutely a mad scientist, but said, it's for cockroaches to get funding.
It's if you were to create a laser, what's to stop you maybe making the laser a little bit bigger? Maybe not cockroaches. Maybe move on to enemies.
What if there was like a bit in like the testing, like the beta phase, where they forgot to put the word roaches in and it just started shooting everyone in the dick? Do you think that would have happened at all, Connor?
It detects cocks with high accuracy.
Lethal accuracy.
Lethal accuracy. Oh, my ball bag.
That's in Scotland at the time, of course.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why would you make artificial intelligence that can aim and fire anything?
The artificial intelligence, not only does it aim, like you don't aim it, the artificial intelligence has deep learning technologies, so it has higher accuracy to detect an object that you aim it at.
No, because here's what, like, I instantly know how to get around this. Mm-hmm. I've definitely figured this out, okay? I'm a genius.
You 100% have not, but go on.
We need to introduce, okay? It learns, right? So it learns what a cockroach is. So it's like, oh, that looks like a cockroach, that looks like a cockroach. You have to subtly make different changes to the cockroach over the course of decades, perhaps, where it gets slowly more and more human-like, the cockroach. But the machine is still like, no, that's still a cockroach because they've been changing. I've realised they've been changing.
Yeah.
And then, by that point, it looks like a human crawling around.
And I love the idea that it takes 70 years and then the next building over, someone just made a laser gun for humans. Just like, we did this from the start. Why did we start with cockroaches across the way? They're fucking idiots.
Wow, if only there was a big collection online of everyone's face all of the time.
We won't be able to target them specifically. Yes, we will.
But I'm still in the building with like the cockroach machine.
Any day now. Going home to your partner. They're just like, just stop. It's not going to work. Damn it, Susan.
70 years, all I've been talking about. Yeah, I gave him ears today. I think the machine is really going to pick up on it.
I think it's really picking up. I think tomorrow might be the day.
I'm against this. Why am I working on it?
I think you've worked on it. I think you're the crazy scientist.
Maybe in another reality where I invented time travel and a cockroach gun.
No, look, I just felt like sometimes I read the great prototypes, the great inventions of our week, and I think that has got to lead to the death of humans. There's at least one a week, so I think we're eventually going to run out of things because one of them will succeed. But
that's true.
I think this might be the start of lasers.
But yeah, my money is still on the woolly mammoths that they're apparently bringing back to life for no reason.
Yeah, that's pretty good. My money's on the rice, the bowl and the spoon that adds salty taste.
No, that one still makes me so angry.
Why?
Because it's a bowl that you have to plug in.
Yeah. Have a bit of a charge. And then I'm going to have me rice.
Do you know how much energy costs? Right.
Yeah.
What's the comparative price between...
energy costs, okay, cool. But what... Sure, rice or salt is expensive these days, Shaun. You can't be going around buying salt.
Salt's cheap as chips. You get it for free in the canteen in work and they don't check how much you take home.
Are you speaking from experience?
Sorry, what? You broke up there.
Sorry. I have a house full of salt.
I'm absolutely riddled with salt.
Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and I wanted your opinion. Okay, so I've got one that's not from Florida, and I have one that is from Florida. So, what would you like?
Can I get a tease of well, I don't know. No, okay. I'm gonna mix it up. We're gonna have a no Florida week.
A no Florida week.
Let's go non-Florida, Connor.
Okay, Shaun.
I've gone wild.
Because we're finishing off this week with man who had alien encounter as a child has spent years seeking answers.
Okay. Back on the alien train. Very rare we get to use that tag.
Ben Walgate was just 7 or 8 years old when he had the unusual encounter in a woodland, and it would eventually lead him to set up his own channel to tell other people of his stories. He has a YouTube channel, but I'm not going to promote it because I think that's funnier.
No
the
free plugs.
35-year-old, because he's talking shit, but the 35-year-old from Malta, North Yorkshire, now visits various hotspots for alleged UFO and alien sightings across the UK and reports back to his more than 11,000 subscribers. All right, man.
Not bad.
Not bad, but still.
Still, weird flag. Do you want to do a collab?
We need that clout. Clout is definitely a fucking boomer phrase.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I don't know what generation I am either.
You're millennial.
I know, I think I'm too young for millennial. I think because millennial ends in 95, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And you're like 2003.
Yeah. So...
I was going to say that as in like you're really young, but they're like 20 next year.
Oh shit, yeah.
Redo the joke again. You're born in like 2010, aren't you? Ha ha ha! Got him.
Yes. I'll still be like 13 next year.
Yes, that's so fucking old, man. So
fucking weird,
old.
Isn't it?
Oh man, Ben had been on his way back from a camping trip as a Cub Scout near York when the minibus had stopped off to allow everyone to stretch their legs. It was broad daylight and very hot. He ventured up a small embankment which brought him into a wooded area and saw a derelict outbuilding in a clearing. But suddenly, around 25 metres...
This being the 80s, it was perfectly safe to explore.
You could go into anyone's house, rob anything. They were all just fucking delighted to see you. But suddenly, around 25 metres to his left, Ben said he saw a spindly green creature with a tiny head standing on 2 feet and well over 7 feet tall.
This is Mr. Burns from that episode of The Simpsons.
He described as walking with a stoop, as if struggling to stand or clumsily trying to keep a low profile. He told the newspaper the wooded area wasn't that dense, so I got a good look at this thing. It might have only been a few seconds, but we made eye contact, and it had black eyes. Oh, fuck.
So black eyes, 7 feet tall, green, small head.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'm trying to explain it, Connor. I usually can explain these things away.
Yeah,
that's a very detailed description.
You can't.
It's also different from your standard sci-fi alien that you've seen, you know.
It was definitely not of this earth, says Ben. Well, of course you would say that, Ben. It was such a weird vibe. Its head in proportion to its body was tiny. It's not like the stereotypical alien with the grey skin and the big black eyes. This thing had black eyes, but green skin. I added that last bit.
Wow, Ben, you've really cracked the code here.
The thing was more a lizard. I'm not saying it had scales. It wasn't snake-like. Don't get him wrong, Shaun. Don't be a fucking idiot and get him wrong, right?
Right.
It was olive green from head to toe. A very sleek, slender-looking thing. Dark black eyes, little tiny head, long over-proportional size arms that came past the knees.
It's hardly a tree,
player.
Is it? Like, long, spindly, olive green. Like, I'm just thinking.
It's in the summer as well. So
it's in the summer.
Leaves are fucking all out, like.
Fucking riddled with leaves. And then, you know, a couple of little blackbirds for eyes, you're sorted, but you're sorted.
Ben said its attitude was just so blasé on coming into contact with him, and he's always wondered how it knew he wouldn't simply run off and tell his friends and scout leaders. But Ben, you are telling us, so ultimately shouldn't have been so blasé, if you ask me.
Snitches get stitches sight. Even in space.
Yeah, I think you should have killed him.
Well, like, why didn't he go over and talk to him? Like, if he's that sure he was, real.
As it happens, he was convinced it was a prank and headed back to the bus, expecting his pals to be laughing at having fooled him. But no one said anything, Shaun. He described himself as an outdoorsy child who had never really watched any sci-fi films or had any interest in it. And for several years, he forgot about it. That's
okay. Interesting.
In his 20s, however, suddenly the encounter came flooding back to him like a bolt of lightning, and said he could remember how hot the day was and had a clear picture of the creature.
I think this man had a dream. I think he had a dream in his 20s, or he was drunk or high.
I think he wanted to start a YouTube channel and needed something to talk about.
Was this during the pandemic by any chance?
After that, he started researching and found online groups of people who have claimed to have had similar experiences. Around 5 years ago, he set up his channel, but said annoyingly he doesn't remember the exact location of his encounter because he can't.
Because it happened in his brain.
Because he was young.
He told that entire backstory.
Yeah.
And then said, I forgot it until I was 20.
There's no way you tell me, right, exactly what you were doing, exactly the heat in the day, where it was, what happened afterwards with your friends, and you can't tell me in a general 20 feet radius of where you seen the fucking alien.
Yeah. Like, it's a fairly close to a road, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. Like, that information is probably available. Because I'd wager the scouts probably know where they go sometimes.
Now look, he says, Shaun, I'm very scientifically minded. I won't just jump to anything and say it's an alien. He's getting out there and investigating some of these areas, following up on some stories. So maybe Ben's here to tell us that we're wrong, Shaun, because this man's seen an alien. I wanted to bring this to you because I felt like you were the right person to tell me, is it a yay or nay on the alien?
Is it a alien or an alien?
Yeah, is it a yay? That's a much better segment that I wish I'd come up with. Yes.
I've got so many segments now. I've got Shaun Seeks
We're adding
Solutions.
so many segments every week.
After 4 years, finally structure.
Finally work.
I want to... This particular alien is an alien, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because the story doesn't add up. Like, he just had a dream when he was 20 and he's really made it his personality. That's not to say all aliens are aliens. Some of them are aliens. But I want to know what other evidence this dude has found, though. Because I without looking at the YouTube channel, it feels like it's the kind of channel that would be like, okay, we're going to look for stuff. Yeah. And they're like, well, we didn't find that in this time, but you never know what's out there in this universe, you know that kind of way.
I also think it strikes me as a channel that maybe perhaps you might look at an image that has a white dot on it and say that's an alien.
This
it's
is
right
true.
there. You can see the alien right there, boy. It's there.
Or what a lot of channels are doing, just fucking lists. It's like top 10. Maybe aliens. Top 10 fictional aliens.
Top 10 aliens.
Top 10 aliens. Give me here. Okay, Alf from Alf.
Alf is a good one.
Mark
Elmo?
from Mark and Mindy. Elmo's not an alien. He's a monster.
Okay, sorry.
Yoda.
Yoda. Okay. Yoda's not real. God, Alf is. We all know that.
Alf. Snarf from Thundercats.
The parents from My Parents Are Aliens.
Oh, very, very good.
Yeah.
You got Groot, probably. He's an alien.
He's pretty good.
And then you got... who else is from space? The Doctor Who.
Is this listed in any particular order, or are we just naming people from space? Okay, this is in the order.
No, it's not 1 to 10. It goes 5, 8, 9, 3, 2, 7, 4, 1.
That's the alien numbers.
That's how they read. They speak Spanish as well.
Molto bueno.
Oh, very. I think that's Italian.
Hola.
Ah, yes, of course. Paul from the movie Paul. All of the Daleks bar one. Yeah. And
Voldemort? No, he's not an alien.
Martian Manhunter from
what about the alien
DC?
from Alien?
No, I'm going to disallow it.
He's a dick. To be honest, he's a fucking dick. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Alien and Predator both get out of here.
Yeah, because they're fighting with each other. I'm sick of them.
No, yeah. I want an investigative alien, one who gives a shit.
Last year, Ben and his brother staked out into the night at Flamborough Head. I believe they saw a UFO over the North Sea shot.
Oh,
so
do they believe that now?
Yeah, has seen the UFO. He said they saw 5 orange lights in a complete straight line, and it went right across the sky.
Sounds like a plane.
We thought he stopped on a dime and it went straight back in the opposite direction. I like the idea that the aliens came the whole way to Earth, seen Ben and his brother, and went, "Oh fuck, back it out of here!"
Oh, fucking not this lad again.
Not this lad again. I'm sick of him.
I can go nowhere without running into this fella.
Every time I come back to this fucking place. It was so weird because the thing shot out to sea and it was about 20 miles out to sea in a blink of an eye, and then we heard a fighter plane roar ahead above us heading in that direction. So I mean, the fighter planes were fighting it,
or it was a test for fighter planes and they had to follow some lights and shit, maybe? I don't know. What's a weather balloon look like? That probably has lights on it somewhere.
I'd say it does.
You know,
I like that. I like the idea it has full beam. Half beam. If you encounter another balloon, you got to turn down to the half.
You got to flash them. If there's a Garda balloon down the road, you have to let them know.
Police down the way, lad, just to let you know. And the speed tickets out. Shaun, I think that's it for this week's Weird News. I mean, there was more to Ben's story, but I feel like the longer we go into this, the more into the woods we'll get, and we're never coming back out because Ben's given a fucking soliloquy here.
Ben is waxing lyrical. If anyone cares, look up Ben on YouTube, but also don't. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yes, please.
Thanks everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News. We will be back Friday with Hero or Zero. Ow, sorry, I just bit my cheek again. We will be back on Monday with Movie Mondays. And
I enjoy that.
With another episode. With another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big shout outs to everyone over on the Patreon. All of those patrons will be at our little hangout, little chat that we're having on the 22nd. And shout outs, of course, go to Róisín, Chunky Lobes Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Technically Fine Evanson, Spooky Waffles, Bones Rattling, Ghosts Wailing, Wolves Howling, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Hjelmroos, Little Dicky, Funny Observation, McGrew, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmmysh, 2 M's, 1 Y, but not where you think, Sam, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Buster and Ed Ball. Thanks everyone for the absolutely amazing support. You're wonderful humans. And thank you for sticking with us, and thank you in advance for celebrating 4 years of the show with us.
And thank you for the medical bills for Sean's cheek as well. That'll be probably a 3-week hospital stay. What are we thinking?
I'd say 4 with rehab because they have to teach me how to chew again.
We're going to have to put him into a coma. But why? It's just his cheek.
Well, he'll do the same amount of work as normal on the show, I suppose.
Just put the fucking mic up to your mouth. That's a good one, Shaun.
Just whatever fever dream I'm having that day. So that is the Patreon. There are other ways to support the show if you do want to. There is the merch store link below, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is at Heroes for Hire Pod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
I think that's about it, Con.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I have been Shaun Bean.
We shall see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.